Well, you've been asking for it, and now it's here, the Blue Planet Atlantic version. Greetings, good people, and a very warm welcome to you all. So, I've been sent 2 watches by Ciga from their award-winning Blue Planet range. One you didn't ask for, the Moonwalker, and the other one, well, you did ask for it, the Northern Hemisphere version of the Blue Planet. Every Blue Planet version that I've reviewed, the comment section has always been filled with chatter about the map on the Blue Planet not being of the global north, so they have listened and answered our calls. If you go back to my review of the Blue Planet Gen 2, you'll see that we made an indirect plea to Ciga to do a Northern Hemisphere version, so I was pleasantly surprised when they actually did it. What does that say about a brand? There's no ego or pride, just a brand and its fans working together and having some fun. It's almost like a back and forth duet between 2 lovers. Here you are, my love, I give you the Silk Road.
No, I don't want the Silk Road.
Well, what do you bloody want then, you moody toad?
I want America and Europe, that's more romantic.
Here you are then, my chicken, I give you the big blue Atlantic. Where's everyone gone? Hello? The only downside to all these releases is I have unwittingly become a collector.
No!
I wasn't told this would happen, and now I need counselling. So let's start off with the Moonwalker. On the Moonwalker edition, Ciga used NASA's ultra high resolution image of the moon and recreated every crater and ridge on the moon's surface, and even Neil Armstrong's footprints. Okay. I'm not going to argue with that and upset any particular tribe. But to the opposing tribe, wink wink, let's just go with it, shall we? We all love each other anyway.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
If you look closely, the footprint is at 0.67 degrees north and 23.47 degrees east. And instead of hands or a rose compass, we have Neil Armstrong just chilling in space, pointing to the correct time for us all. Legend. The Moonwalker is powered by a 26 joule automatic Swiss movement based on the ETA 2824, which has been modified and re-engineered by Ciga to carry the moon and Neil Armstrong in its orbit. The case is made from polished titanium and measures 46mm across, and the overall thickness of 17mm, and that's obviously down to the peak on the high domed sapphire. It has an exhibition case back, so you can admire and marvel at the innards of your watch and also show it off to your friends. The top and bottom crystals are sapphire. It has a water resistance figure of 50 meters. There is no lume on the dial, and I'm not sure how this monochromatic look would feel like if it did have lume, or any introduction of color might look a bit out of place. On the Earth version of the Blue Planet, the whole globe rotates. However, on this Moonwalker version, the moon is static. Instead, the minute ring rotates alongside the astronaut, who casually points to the correct time. And that's interesting, since the real moon is actually gravitationally locked, hence why we always see one side of the moon. So it would seem Ciga had to redesign the asynchronous technology to honor this fact. The Moonwalker edition comes with a black fluoro rubber strap on a stainless steel deployment clasp and has the customary quick release spring bars for easy strap change. The straight lug means you can customize the watch with your own strap, with thousands of aftermarket choices available online from various strap manufacturers. The Moonwalker is priced at $1,699. So would I buy one? Well, I already have one. But you know what? No, I'm not having it. I'm not happy with this side of the moon map being offered. I want the other side. But on a serious note, as you all know by now, I am a man who likes colour. And the moon is just grey, isn't it? But I'm kind of digging this outer space asteroid grey. That's not the official colour, by the way, but it's got this sparkle to it, with the shiny silvery grey titanium case mated to this colourless sapphire dome. The moon doesn't look like newspaper grey as it does in real life, but instead it has this metallic graphite look to it. It doesn't shine with pomp and arrogance. Instead, it shines with humility, knowing that the light doesn't belong to itself, but borrowed from somewhere else. The intricate details on this carving of the moon and its topography look absolutely crazy. And what a fun way to have the time pointed out to you by a little copper astronaut. Hey, here's an interesting thought. Since this astronaut is sculptured out of copper and then vintage silver coated, I wonder how that will age. That would be really interesting and kind of awesome to see, wouldn't it? To see the figure age over time. Like the Statue of Liberty, who started life as a reddish brown colour. But sadly, I've been told by ciga that it won't happen because it's been specially treated. What do they know, huh? It might take a few hundred years, but it could still happen. I'll keep you all posted if my astronaut starts to go turquoise. I reckon ciga should do one like that. It would be like waiting for an egg to hatch or babysitting a Tamagotchi. Here's another thought for you. Since ciga have been listening to us, I dare you all to ask for Jupiter or Mars for future releases, or even Uranus.
He said anus.
Oh, grow up, will you? So here it is, ladies and gents, the one you've all been asking for, especially if you're from the global north or the wild, wild west as it's known. I give you the Blue Planet Atlantic Edition. In a way, this is not a direct descendant of the first gen, but rather the second gen. So they haven't done an Atlantic version of the first gen and then an Atlantic version of the second gen. It's just an Atlantic version of the second gen with all the changes and upgrades that have already been made to the first gen, which includes the higher dome, the more domey globe, and the bigger hour markers with the glow-in-the-dark luminosity. And of course we have the big blue Atlantic with the continents of America and Europe. And I've also pulled out the first gen with the Silk Route in the global south to compare it with. But look at the size of England, it's tiny. England! So the Atlantic version has the same dimensions as the moonwalker at 46mm across and 17mm thick. The Atlantic version is offered in two case materials, stainless steel and recycled titanium. Some people like a way to feel on the wrist while others don't. So let's see if there is a massive difference between the steel and titanium. So the steel case comes in at around 76 grams and the titanium case comes in at around 20 grams lighter, which is a lot if you're flying on Ryanair with a weight limit of a fart. The top and bottom crystals once again are both sapphire, and the movement on this version is an automatic in-house movement developed by ciga, which beats at 21,600 beats per hour with a 40-hour power reserve. It comes with a blue fluoro rubber strap on a stainless steel deployment clasp and quick release spring bars. The dial has loomed hour markers and the compass rose which points to the time is also luminous. And that was another change ciga made from the first gen based on fan feedback. The stainless steel version of the Atlantic is just under $1,200 and the titanium version is $200 extra. The Blue Planet range in every iteration always looks good on the wrist, especially as a dress watch, but can just be worn casually. But be warned, people will come over and want to talk to you. And that's all there is to say really. If you want to see the guts of this watch and how it all works, then have a look at the Gen 1 review that I did all the way back in 2022, where I did a little teardown and removed the globe and had a little look inside. And if you want to see a side-by-side comparison of the Gen 1 versus the Gen 2 and all the changes ciga made based on your feedback, then have a look at the review I did in January this year of the Gen 2. And if you are a die-hard fan of this series, then I also have a video of the Ice Age, the Gilded version and the two Serpent versions. I'll add all the video links in the descriptions. So what do you guys think of these additions to the Blue Planet lineup? Or are you just yawning at me right now? As for me, after seeing the Atlantic version and tiny little England tucked away in a corner, it hasn't really stirred any additional emotions as the first version did, and I wasn't expecting it to either. The Moonwalker, however, well, that one did activate the lichen DNA within me and some rapid bodily hair growth as I found myself howling at the full moon. I wonder what we'll see next. Saturn, the Milky Way, a black hole?
He said hole.
Who knows? Can ciga continue to keep people interested? Well, I'm a mug and never sell these samples they send me, so I'll be coming back for more. I need a few more to make a necklace. So I hope you all found the introduction to these new pieces interesting. I'll leave all the links to the products and the ciga website in the descriptions. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. Take care friends. Until next time, try a bit.
No way!
Really?